Okay, welcome back, guys, to the class. For those who can't be added on the screen, you can just try because I think it can only take 6 people. First of all, can you hear me clearly and loudly? How is everybody doing?
We're doing great.
Sure, you're allowed, madam.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So Spita, hi. Nice to see you in class. Salima Kena, hi. I can see you in the background.
Hi.
And I'm going to add you when maybe we lose someone from the group, but you can communicate with me through chatting. Nice to hear from all of you all. And today we are going to embark on that class we stopped last time, which was on pitching. And I'm going to try and take very little time to do this because I believe that it's important to go step by step on this, as we've all realized that it's very difficult to write a business plan. So I'm just uploading one business plan. Just give me a minute as we are talking, because I'm uploading it here so that I can be able to share it. Okay. Okay. Okay, it's saying that my presentation is big. So let me send the presentation to Lizzie so that I see whether she can be able to. Liz, can I send you this presentation? You see whether you can be able to make it smaller.
Yes, Rachel. And to the people backstage, I'm sorry, you'll have to listen in from the backstage because the class StreamYard today is only admitting 6 people. And I
Yeah.
can see Sally and we can carry today are trying to get in. You cannot be admitted into StreamYard. We're already 6. But I'm sure they
But
can
they,
hear.
yeah, but they can also type in the chat.
Yeah, in the
They can
chat, yeah,
also
private
type to
chat.
us in the chat, yeah?
Yeah.
So I'm sharing to you a document, Lizzie. I need your
Yes.
help to try and convert this document into a smaller size so we
Yes.
can be able to show it here on StreamYard. So
Okay.
it will be coming to your email shortly so that I can be introducing the class. So maybe I'll end with that presentation.
All right.
Okay, guys. So we last week we were going through the pitching class, and what we were looking at is we all agreed that pitching is a life skill. It's a life skill. You can't live without pitching because you need to be able to sell your idea. And we said in the worst case scenario, a person who can't pitch is at a disability level, because if you can't pitch, then you might have the best idea in the world, but even after having the best idea in the world, you're still not able to tell people about your idea. And therefore, I told you that I attended the University of Notre Dame to learn business entrepreneurship and leadership during the Mandela Washington Fellowship, um, uh, 2014. And during that time, I learned how these big companies like Coca-Cola, IBM, how they go about developing their business plan. And I thought that their method was the best method ever I've ever seen somebody explaining to me how a business engine works. And last time we were looking at the first part of the engine. We said the business engine has 5 parts. If you're able to somehow connect and tell people how these 5 parts of the engine work, then you're good. Because you don't know what question will come from somebody who you're actually pitching. So, and most people like to work with someone, and we talked about this last time. Most people like to work with someone who at least has an idea about the project that they're doing. So they don't like to work with somebody who doesn't know what they're working on. So they like to have to be assured that you know what you're working on, and you know the kind of project you're working on, and you know how that business operates. And I wanted to kickstart this class with a question, because this is a very important question, whether you're pitching to Netflix or you're pitching to someone else. Would you trust somebody who seems not to have the facts right about the industry or the things that they're pitching about? Especially the facts. The facts. If somebody has a good story but they don't get the facts right, are you going to work with them? Can somebody volunteer to answer that question? If somebody gives you one wrong fact about what they're talking about, they don't know the market, they give you the wrong market, will you work with them? Whether you're Netflix or whether you're, it doesn't matter what kind of a sponsor you are for their project, will you actually work with them or not? Maybe can I hear an answer from Sospita? Sospita, will you work with such a person?
No. For me,
Okay,
it's a
guys.
no.
Just a minute, guys. I need to open the door. Just give me a minute.
Nachoka haraka.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. I'm back. So I was asking, can somebody answer me that question? Would you feel comfortable working with somebody who told you one fact wrong about their project, whether you're their friend or something? Somebody just talked to you today and told you one wrong fact about the industry that they want to pitch you about. Would you want to talk to them? Would you want to work with them? Or would you want to argue with them and debate with them?
I would rather not work with
Yeah?
them instead of arguing.
Yeah, one fact, right?
Just
Yeah.
yeah.
So they just got one fact wrong, Kachomba. So you're saying you'd rather not work with them, right? So I wanted to come back to you, Kachomba. Why? Why would you rather not work with them?
They're not so sure, and I wouldn't be sure as well if I would get my money back because of the market audience that the person mentioned.
Okay, so you agree, even if it's your friend pitching you about a project and you hear them misquoting some facts, you'd know that this project is not going to go anywhere. So you'd not want to be a part of it, right? Kachomba, I'm interviewing you. Hello? Okay, so Kachomba says that he won't work with them, but I'm assuming, yes, Kachomba?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so he said that he wouldn't want to work with them, even if it's a friend, because they got one fact wrong from their pitching.
As a,
And this is
for a
what,
friend, I would
yeah,
advise.
you would advise. But would you have the confidence to work with them?
Not not really that confidence that I would have, because if there's somebody who has done everything correctly, then I would go and work with that person.
Yeah, thank you very much, because I wanted us to start the class from that perspective where we are all agreeing on one point that, we can't trust somebody who started the presentation by getting the facts wrong. It's very difficult to be trusted if you started with the wrong facts. So whenever you're starting with the facts of your production, you need to get them right. Now, last class, we were learning about research and development. We said that's the first arm. People want to work with somebody who's actually engaged in a research of their product that they're going to make. People who have statistics about how many crime films are being sold in Africa, for real. Not people who are guessing whether crime or action or whatever movie you're making, how much it will sell. It's about people who are actually have researched, they have numbers, and they're presenting you with those numbers. And we said in research and development, what happens is you study the market, you identify this is the market we are selling our product to, you study what kind of products they actually watch. Actually, as you're presenting next week, and this is just an addition to the research and development before we move on, is that I would like to hear more about your customer. I think I'm always very excited about my customer and knowing how they spend their day, knowing what my customer likes. For instance, when we say low end customers, we've not finished defining our target audience, right? Because it just said people who want to spend little money to get a product. But even those people have deeper interests. Some of them like horror, some of them like thriller movies, some of them like this and that. So it's important whenever you're doing any business and you're writing the business plan, which is the pitching document that you're using to pitch your entire film. I know some pages in your business plan will actually be able to have very creative aspects of your project, like the log line, like telling a bit about your movie. But as we've all seen during the week and during the practicals that we've been doing, it's not that that makes the meat of your pitching presentation. It's not that. What makes the meat of your pitching presentation mostly is actually the way you've balanced all the products. And I want to show you so that it can stick on your mind. I just want to quickly show you the kind of engine that we'll be working with as we are creating this business plan, so that you can have it at the back of your mind. Because when I gave you guys an assignment and you came to the weekday classes and you were presenting your assignment, one of the things I noticed is some of you went to the next page. Some of you actually went to the next level, which was marketing. Some of you went up to production in your presentation. And so I'm going to show you the 5 engines that we need to use when we're writing our business plan, and they will really help us. Yeah. I can see you, and Jogu. Thanks for joining us. Can you, Lizzie, are you the one trying to share the PowerPoint that I have down there, or can I share it?
Yes. Oh, yes, it's me.
Okay, can you put it up? The one I have, not the, yeah, that one, yeah. So
1 minute. My machine is hanging.
yeah, we got it. We got it. I just like to move to slide 6. The slide before this. Yeah, 6. So if you look at the first stages, have you moved back to 6? Yeah. So if you look at this is research and development. This is one way that you could actually categorize your research and say, I did basic research, I did applied research, I did development research. Development research means you have a prototype or you have a teaser that you actually created, you showed it to the audience, and they actually told you what they want. So when you move from research and development, which is R&D stage, it's normally referred to R&D stage, research and development, you move to marketing. So this is another question that somebody will ask you through pitching, because marketing itself, like if you're able to say, how are you going to get this product to your customer? And if you're able to speak about that very clearly to someone, then most importantly, they will be interested in listening to you. And then there's the next engine of the business, which is slide number 8, which is production capacity. Have you ever seen these people who apply for government tenders, but then they don't have the capacity to do what they're saying they'll do? They say, I'll supply 1 million t-shirts to a campaign candidate. but they don't actually have the capacity to actually do that. So what is production capacity? Do you have an office? Do you have equipment? Do you have assets that you need to actually make this? And then another component people will want to know about when you're pitching them is your human resource, which we are going to be discussing later on as well. And then the last one is how are you planning to finance this? Because mostly, like for movies, people want to know that you have a plan to finance your project. So they want to know all these questions. And so we started with research and development. In research and development, we looked at a few things. We looked at something called the perception map. We said you must be able to identify who are you selling your product to, who are you reaching. You should even go into as much detail as possible when you're doing this. Lizzie, you can remove this. I'll come back to it so that we don't confuse people. I just wanted to show the subtopics first. So guys, what I've shown you is the 5 engines of running a business. That is research and development, marketing projections, meaning you need to be able to tell someone, how much money am I predicting to make with this movie? How much money am I actually predicting to make with my movie? And remember, I said a few words, and I hope you remember these words. I said, dress the way you like to be addressed. Two, I also said, it's not only about the dressing, prepare your presentation and let your presentation look exactly like the money you're asking for. So your presentation, if you're asking somebody, give me $100,000, that's a lot of money. If you're asking somebody, give me $1,000,000, then you need your presentation to look like somebody who's ready to get $1,000,000, meaning you have to have done your research. You have to have done your business plan. And that's why it's called a business plan, because once you come up with a product, then you need to visualize which market is this product going to go to. And you need to see that target market. For instance, when you say low end, when you say low end markets, Lizzie, what do you understand by low end markets? When you say we are targeting this person who cares about the price, give me an example of that person and what they do during the day, how much they earn, and something like that. Give me an example.
I'm guessing this is a person that lives maybe by $1 a day.
Yeah.
And mostly people that are unemployed, or if employed, they have very minimal income.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for that. Nachoka, can you give me how you see the low end market from your side? Can you give me a comment? And for those who are not able to enter in the studio, you can comment in the chat as well. So Nachoka, what do you think? Yes, Nachoka? Okay, we can't hear you. Cosmas, what do you think?
Low end market, this means buying products depending on the price, and the people mostly this market, they do not look at the quality, it's just
Great,
the
but
price.
now I'm asking you to define that person for me. Who do you think would qualify to be in this market? What's their lifestyle? I mean,
uh this is simple people like Eliza has said.
mm.
uh yeah, they're simple people, they are not of high class, they may be
So
of
you
medium class, like
medium
myself,
and low.
like
So
myself.
tell me about you now, because when we are trying to map up the target market audience for our movie, we are trying to find you, Kachomba. So tell me about yourself. How do you go about buying a movie?
Buying a movie, one, I would look at the time of the movie. This movie runs up to what time? Is it 3 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I can't afford that. I have a class of which requires bundle as well. And I also look at time. Okay, this time I'll be in class. That's for the time again. Then, of course, I would look at quality. somehow. Even when I'm looking for time, I'm looking for quality as well. I think those are the few that I
Yeah.
can mention.
Okay. Do you care about which platform you have to watch a movie on? If this platform, let's say Netflix, is it good for someone who's targeting the low to look at Netflix as their
Not
distribution platform?
as for me, I don't care unless I do not find on any other platform. That's when I can go on Netflix.
Exactly. So this person already thinks Netflix is expensive, right? So do you
Already.
see now how talking to your target audience, really talking to your target audience helps you make important business decisions? Do you see
Yes,
through yourself? Do you see that this will inform you whether you'll go to pitch your movie in Netflix or you go to pitch it somewhere else?
you're right.
Yeah, but also I wanted to ask you guys, do you realize, and I'm seeing Lizzie, you're saying you can always, Sunny is saying people who don't have a lot of money. Yeah, it's true. We have already covered that. And Nachoka, you're saying low-end market are people that don't like spending too much on products. And Koagile is saying, when I buy a movie, I look for a famous actor. Okay, so Kwagile, maybe you should also tell us whether you can still buy that movie if it's on Netflix and you have to pay for Netflix. If you're in that category of low-end market, because some people also you've got to realize that when we chose our markets, if you said I'm choosing low-end market and then I'm choosing a traditional market, I'll take a few customers from there, or I'm choosing size market and performance market. Some of those guys in the performance market would have a motivation. Some of those customers would have a motivation to get Netflix, right? To watch something high quality. But the people in the low end market, they don't care. They just want entertainment at zero price. So if Netflix is not for free, or if the movie you're telling them to watch is not for free on Netflix, unless they have a chance to watch in a neighbor's house or something, they wouldn't actually become customers that you can rely on, even if you're doing a series. So basically, this means when you're writing your pitch, you need to be deliberate at each step. You need, as you're speaking, people need to hear that you have the facts about your audience. When you guys were presenting, one thing I realized was you didn't have enough facts about your audience. I don't know whether anybody else realized the same thing as me. You didn't have enough facts about your audience. I wanted to hear more about your audience. I wanted to hear more justification about your audience, not just telling me market, market. And your audience should determine the next step that now we are going to, which is marketing projection. Now you've done your research, you have your product, you've done a teaser, then you've got to find a way to get this product to the market. And how can you get this product to the market? And whenever you're pitching, somebody is going to be listening and asking themselves, do you have a plan of how to get this product to the market, or do you only have a plan of asking me for money? So I need you to write this, that marketing projection helps create confidence with anybody who wants to work with you, knowing how you're going to take your product to the market. Actually, marketing projection is a projection of how you're going to take your product to the market. Your product is the movie that you want to sell. How are you going to take this to the market? In fact, not only that, how are you going to sell it? For how much are you going to sell it? What are the methods you're going to use to sell it? And for how much are you going to sell it? And what is the total marketing projection of this product? So I want you to take your notebook. Does everybody have their notebook? Because we are doing exercises in this class. I am avoiding to use a PowerPoint presentation as much as I can because I know why. If I use a PowerPoint, you guys just be getting theory. But if you guys have your notebook and pen, you're going to actually do the practicals with me as we go forward. So can you take your notebook and pen? Do you have all your notebooks and pen ready? We are going to do our first exercise today as I introduce marketing projection. Okay, so do you have your notebooks? Lizzie, you have your notebook?
Yes,
Sure.
I do.
Nachoka? Sospita? Okay. Kachomba, you have, eh? Okay, so on YouTube, the guys who are watching us, I hope you do have your notebook and pen. And for all the ones watching us through the StreamYard, just below here, Sally and Coagile, I also hope you have your notebook. Now, take your notebook and make a table. Let the table have 5 columns. 5 columns on your table. You know how to draw a table, right? It's like a normal table. Table with 5 columns, and I don't care about the rows. Just put 5 columns. Just divide the table 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So divide your table into 5 columns. And then on the top, put 1 row, which is for writing like topics on your table. All right. So I just want to ask you guys, when you're making a marketing projection, what is the first figure that you should name in the marketing projection? What is the first thing that you should determine in your marketing projection that is going to give you the total of how much sales you're going to make?
Audience.
Kachomba? Yeah? Kachomba, you're saying what? I didn't hear you. Audience. No,
The
audience is
audience.
not a figure. No, it's not the audience. What is that? What is the name for that, what you're calling audience?
Cost
It's
for
how many products
distribution.
you want to sell. Yeah? Hello? Yes? It is like how many? I'm just first of all saying what Kachomba was saying. It is how many products you want to sell, isn't it? You have to come up and say, how many products do you want to sell? All right? So you have to say, I want to sell 500 products. You remember there's somebody in Kenya who opened a website and said, I want 100,000 people to buy the links at 250 shillings. So that was their marketing projection. So if you multiply 250 shillings times, that is the projection you want to reach. And to get to that projection of selling these numbers, then you have to determine the price. So on the first quorum, is it quorum or what is it? On the first column, the first column on the left, I want you to write the word, I want you to write what I've just told you right now, which is total sales that you want to make, like total units, or you can call it total units that you want to sell, whether it's links on Netflix, whether it's links on YouTube. How many eyeballs do you want to see this movie? You need to write it there, because you need to be thinking, if I need 500 million people to watch this film, which is what will happen when you have a low-end market, because people are paying cheap price, you'll have to sell more things. In the high-end market, you have to sell very little things to actually make your profit. But in the low-end market, because you're selling things at a very cheap price, you have to sell a big quantity. So if I were you, I would say the quantity of products that will be sold should be the first thing on your column. But you can leave it blank for now, because we are going to be thinking strategically. All right. So have you written quantity of product in your first column? Column number 1 on the left. Have you written? If you have written, just say yes, so that we move to the second column. I don't want anybody to be confused in the exercise.
Madam, we write anything.
No, I've said you write quantity of products.
Quantity
No,
of
saying
products.
this is a title. Yeah, that's a title of that column. I wish I had a blackboard. Maybe I can try to use my notebook. Let me get a pen and try to use my notebook so that we are all on the same page. So I hope everyone has something like this, right? A table like that. So we are learning today how to make a marketing projection. So what I'm saying is on the first first column, can you see it? Can you see it? On your left, on your first column, you write quantity of product, where I'm pointing in with my pen. Have you written that? So it's very important for you to be able to know how many products do I want to sell? And that's quantity of product, and it's a topic, okay? So on the second column, write the price. So how much do I want to sell it for? So let's say the price is 5 shillings. How many quantity of products will you need to sell to actually return money for a movie which was invested 5 million shillings? Okay, so at the total there, it's going to be the total money that you want to spend in your budget, or above that total money, so that you can show someone, I'll actually make a profit on my movie. So you write quantity of product, column 1. Then column 2, write price of that product. Price. So the price means, like if I'm buying soap, each soap goes at 10 Kenyan shillings or $10. All right. If I'm selling, let's say I'm selling bread. Each bread goes for $1. You get my point. So I don't want you to write anything under the table. I just want you to write what I'm showing you right now. That one. The total, the quantity of products, then the price. Has everybody written up to that? Because we are drawing the table and we are doing it together. Because I'm showing you practically how to make a marketing projection. All right, everybody has written that. Let's go to column number 3. Column number 3 and number 4 are actually the way you're going to sell that product, because there's going to be costs that are going to be incurred to sell this quantity of products at that price. So can somebody tell me what is one cost that would cost you when you're trying to sell a product to a target customer? What cost are you going to incur? Yeah.
Marketing.
Lizzie? Marketing. What were you saying, Lizzie?
Oh,
I wanted to say marketing and distribution.
Marketing and distribution. I want you to be very specific on one type of marketing that would really cost you to sell this product to the low-end market. What would it be?
distribution.
Printing of DVDs.
Printing of DVDs, that is production, because that is making the products. Now you have the product already. You have the DVD. You want to sell it. What would you need to do to sell it? What are some of the costs you'll incur in selling this product? So you said 1, marketing, but in marketing, I want to just go straight to the point and say promotion, isn't it? It's promotion, whether
Yes.
it's through an ad, whether it's through social media, you will incur a cost of promoting the product, isn't it? Whether
Yes.
you'll give people t-shirts to go and stand in the street and sell, what they'll be doing is promoting their product. And then you'll also incur a cost in sales. So in column number 3, I want you to write promotion, cost of promotion, because you can't sell this product without the cost of promotion. And I'm going to show you how this actually affects your budget. This really, really actually affects your budget. I think, Lizzie, because you are doing a budget with me now, you can see it, yeah? It's these promotion costs, many people don't write them in their budget, actually. And this will make you just lose out immediately when you're talking to somebody who is established. And I'm checking my charts, guys, so keep the feedback coming, keep the comments coming on YouTube as well, so that we look at it. Okay? Yeah, so what I'm saying is we are on this exercise right now. And in this exercise, what we are doing is trying to fill a table with 5 columns. And in these 5 columns, what we are saying right now is the first column has quantity of product. Number 2, the second column has the price. The third column has promo, cost of promotion. And then direct sales is when you actually have to go out and sell, or when you have to actually open a shop to sell your products, or you have to be in a movie theater showing your movie to sell it. So you're doing direct sales. But do you think it comes with no cost? You have to pay for that theater. You have to pay for that venue. You have to pay people to sit there and sell that. That's what I'm saying. On the fourth column, write sales. So this is direct sales. Promotion is, you never measure promotion like that. You just take your product in front of the eyes of people. Whether they'll choose to buy the product, it will result from how much you promote your product and how much you convince your customers that they know what you're doing. And maybe you'll be using price or quantity or something, market and quality. You'll be using something as a leverage to sell to these customers. So in your messaging, in the promo, the way you package your sales, if it's DVDs, you're actually needing to actually have these direct sales. And that is money that you will spend. Promotion will cost money. And production of these DVDs will cost money. So if it's the product, it's the movie, making many copies of these movies cost money. And promoting it costs money. Doing direct sales and putting it in shops where people can find your product costs money. So when you know the cost, the quantity of goods, you know the price, you know the cost of promotion to get that, and you know the direct sales, then you are able to get the total sales projection, which is the total projection of how much you're going to sell the movie for. So guys, I'm giving you a simple exercise and I'm giving you 2 minutes to actually do this exercise. It's mathematical exercise, okay? Because there's nothing about marketing projection which doesn't have to do with figures, right? So guys, you made a movie using, let me use dollars so that it doesn't confuse you. You made a movie using 50,000 USD. Are we together? You made a movie using 50,000 USD. All right? And you want to make a profit on this movie. You're making your presentation to show someone that you're going to make a profit using your marketing strategy. And so what you want to do is there on the total sales projection, you want to have a very good figure at the total sales projection. Now, when I say 50,000 USD, this is what I mean. 50,000 was just used for production. So you have to add the cost of sales, right? And cost of promo and cost of reproducing the final product. So you have to add all that. And once you add all that, the cost, you'll get the total budget. And you want to break even. You want to break
Excuse
even.
me, madam. Excuse me,
Yeah.
madam.
Yeah.
Mathematics and I do not mean well for each other. So please.
No, you have to do mathematics. But I'm not forcing you to do right or wrong. So I'm going to
No,
repeat. Yeah, ask your question.
on the fifth column, is there a fifth column?
Yeah,
Or is disturbed?
total sales projection.
Okay.
Yeah, total
Total
sales
sales.
projection. But direct, column 1 is quantity of product, column 2 is price,
Price.
column 3 is promo, column 3 is promo, column 4 is direct sales, column 5 is total sales projection. You got that?
Yes, madam. Then the mathematics you can start
Okay,
now.
so the mathematics is 50,000 USD. Write it down somewhere. So you used 50,000 USD to make a film. And then you're going to put your promo cost and your direct sales cost and the cost of producing the number of products, because you're going to say quantity of products, right? So you need to tell us, if I'm producing 500 million DVDs, for example, I'll spend money, right? So in short, let me just put it like this: cost of marketing and distribution. How much is your cost of marketing and distribution? Add it to the 50,000. Can we say that our cost of marketing and distribution maybe is $10,000 to make it easy for you guys? Let's just put it as $10,000. So the total will be 60,000 USD. That's the budget you're using to make a film. You need to show your investor that you'll be able to make more than 60,000 USD and have good profits such that you're able to return on the investment. Now, don't you realize that information is not enough? Why? Because I need to tell you the target market. Do you agree with me that I need to tell you the target market so that you know how to put your price?
Yes.
Yes, so the target market is low-end market. So you're targeting low-end market. Now, what I want you guys to do is to go to quality of product, put a figure there, price, put a figure there, promotion and direct sales, put the 10,000 USD divided according to your preference. Is it promotion or direct sales that should have more money? So if it is 10,000 USD, somebody would say, let me put 2,000 USD on promotion and put 8,000 USD on sales, direct sales. You get what I'm saying? So put that cost and you get my point. And it has to be amounting to 10,000 USD. That is in the promo and the direct sales. So what I'm saying, go back to your table. And what I want you to find out for me, how many products do you need to sell to get this profit? For instance, let me give you an example. If you were to sell 200 products of your movie at 700 shillings, all right? And the promo sales were, okay, let me just say, if you're to sell 200 products at 700 USD, that is 200 times 700 USD, that is actually 14,000 USD. Then you spend 5,000 for promo and 5,000 for sales, and you've sold and you already spent for production this part of the product. You already spent 50,000 USD. You'll make a loss. Why? Because you've spent 10,000 plus 50,000. You've spent 60,000 USD to make this movie and to market it, but you've only sold 200 copies at 700 USD, which you've only raised 14,000 USD. You get? So if I minus 60,000, which you spent already, which you are given by your investors, minus 14,000, I'm getting that, oh Lord, you have made a clean loss of 46,000 USD. You get what I'm saying? So I want you to go back to your table and I want you to get me a figure that will make you a profit on 50,000 USD for production, on a budget of 50,000 USD for production and 10,000 USD for distribution, which will be in your promo and sales. Have you gotten it? So can I give you 2 minutes to think about it? So in short, what I'm telling you, I need you to tell me how many products will you need to sell to get your profit, at how much, and the price. The total projection at the end has to be above 60,000 USD. Have you now understood the question? Have you understood it?
You can repeat the question again, madam. Mathematics doesn't mean well to us.
What I'm saying is this. I'm saying, Cosmos, just relax. It's not mathematics. You spent a budget of 50,000 US dollars to make this production, right? Then you spent 10,000 for promotion and sales, right? You get it up to that point. So in
Which
total, to
make it 60.
yeah, 60,000, right? So when you're doing your marketing projection, what you're trying to show the person who's funding you is that you're going to make a profit over the 60,000. And the profit will be determined by the quantity of products. That means how many products will you sell? All right? And at what price? All right? So when you say how many products you're going to sell, at what price, it should give you the total projection you have. But that projection, we are going to deduct the promotion, indirect sales, and the cost of production. Are we together? To see our profit. Are we together? So it means, let me ask you a question, Cosmos. When you spend 60,000 USD to make a film, let me ask you in a simple way. How much do you need to make with that film? Cosmos. Cosmos.
Yes, madam. I need to make more than what I was given. That it has to be more than 80,000 US dollars for me.
So that's what I'm asking. That's the question. Get me $80,000 on your table. I just want you to fill in every part. And at the total, if you multiply the quantity of product plus the price, it must be above 60,000 USD. You've gotten me?
Yes.
Kachomba, have you gotten me? I'm concerned for you because you hate mathematics. So
I've
Kachomba, this is my phone, okay? All I want you to tell me, I don't know how to put these things on. Yeah, this is my phone. I just want to tell you to tell me quantity of product is how many phones are you going to sell, okay? And at what price are you selling each phone? So if you sell 500 phones, you multiply times the price, we are going to know the total sales you're projecting to make, right? If this phone costs 5,000 shillings, Kachomba, and I want to make 5 million with it, that means I have to see how many phones I will sell to make that 5 million, isn't it? That's the only thing I want you to tell me. So I want you to go back to your table. How many products are you going to sell? And then present it to me in 2 minutes. For the people who are on
I got
chat,
it already.
You got it already? Okay. Wait, I'll tell you. Lizzie, are you doing yours? I want to know how
Yes.
many people are working on this assignment. Okay,
I have
Nachoka,
a
are you
question
doing?
though.
Yeah.
Rachel, what did we say the total sales projection would be? Is it the total units? Is it the price you get after you multiply your total units times the units times the amount you will
Price.
have times the price minus
Yeah.
both the cost of promotion and sales?
No, what I meant, do you know why we've put promotion and sales there? And that's a very good question, Lizzie. We've put I can see some people have run away. It's okay. So you can't run away from marketing projection because that's how you're gonna have to calculate your profits. So They just gonna have to do it, whether they'll do it in another way, in another life. So Lizzie, what you're asking is whether you need to subtract anything. What I'm saying, multiply your quantity and your price, because we have already discussed that the cost of promotion and sales is 10,000. But I want to see in the table how you are thinking about actually distributing the $10,000. Okay? And I want to see in the final figure that it has to be above 60,000 USD. Have you gotten me, Lizzie?
Yes.
Okay. Let me add, there's some people who are here who can actually be added. There's also Sally. All right, let's do this. Guys, on social media, are you getting this? Are you writing yours? Janice, Georgina, are you writing your part of this? Okay. So let's start with the first person to present, who I think is Kachomba, because Kachomba has said he has finished his. Kachomba, what do you have on your quantity of product?
On my quantity of product, I have 50,000 copies.
So you have 50,000. Good. The price?
And the price is $2 per copy.
$2. Very affordable for the low-end market. So you say you're bad in mathematics and the way you're good in mathematics. So tell me, what do you have on your promo? Tell me.
On my promo, I have got 8,000.
Promo 8,000. On your direct sales?
I have 2,000.
Okay. Total projection is 100,000 USD, right?
Yes. Yes.
So that means when you minus the 60,000 USD, you will have 40,000 USD, which can be shared among the people who have financed that movie, right? And you've removed
Yes.
the cost of everything, right?
Yes.
So you need
Yes,
50,000. So do you think it's possible for you to sell 50,000 products? Kachomba, I'm on you. I'm not done with you.
Yes, it is possible, madam.
Because this is not just mathematics. How are you going to sell the 50,000?
Mhm.
So for you, 50,000 is just a figure that makes sense. You don't have a strategy of how to sell the 50. Is it through the promotion and the sales? Because they're just written there. You've actually said you're going
Through
to spend
promotion.
$8,000 on promotion.
So through promotion, I think I would be able to sell more than 30,000. Then direct sales, that means in cinemas, that's why I can be able to um to raise the
Now we are
other,
talking.
to sell the other 20,000.
Now you see we are starting to talk. Now you can see. Now, if you present this table to your investors, don't you think they are going to know you know what you're talking about? And if you present these figures and explain them, don't you think your customers will actually know that you know what you're talking about?
You'll actually know what I'm talking about.
Okay, so I want you guys to note this because we are learning as we are going on. I want you guys to know this. This is very sad that I have to teach you mathematics, but unfortunately, the way our industry is, if you want to be in the film business, if you don't know mathematics and you hate mathematics, then you're not going to be able to do the graphs and you're not going to be able to tell people what they need to hear, which is the money. Where is their money? So in Kachomba's presentation, and I want us to clap for him, the investors can see 40,000 USD that could possibly be their money. And after they have already been paid back all the money they invested in the production. Can we clap for him? So that's a profit. Okay, so
Scrapped
let's
harder,
go to
guys.
Lizzie.
Harder. It wasn't easy.
I'm very shocked that you are saying you don't know mathematics, but you got it right. I just want people to figure out this table. Once you're able to figure out this table, you'll be good. Lizzie, give me your figures.
Mine, I will need to sell 100,000 pieces at the cost
Okay.
of $2 per
Mm-hmm.
piece. My
Mm-hmm.
cost of promotion is 6,000 shilling, $6,000, 6,000 USD, and my cost
Mm-hmm.
of direct sales is 4,000 USD.
Can you explain why you've divided the cost of promo like this?
Um, just like Cosma said, mine, I was thinking in the same lines. Uh, I'm thinking the cost of producing DVDs, um, and also having people to sell them should be a little bit higher, because if I was to put this film or sell this film directly, like in theaters or moving theaters, I might not be able to have very many people exposed to going to the theater. And so the sale of DVDs and using people maybe like door to door, having them stand by the highway or busy roads will be easier to bring back my money more than having to rely on theaters and cinemas.
Great. And also for people to actually watch your movie in theaters, you need to do the promotion as well. That's another reason, right?
Oh,
You need to
yes,
do
yes,
the
yes.
promotion. They need to see
Yes.
an advert on a TV or somewhere so that they can be able to know what they're dealing with. Yes, so Lizzie just presented to her investors a total market sales projection of 200,000 USD out of a budget of 60. And therefore, how are you planning to sell these 100,000 products while Cosmas is planning to sell 50,000 with the same promotion budget and sales budget? How different are you going to be such that you're able to sell double Cosmas, what Cosmas is selling with the same budget for promotion and sales?
I am willing to even bring in sales agents, like experienced sales agents, and now do this other direct sales, but mostly sales agents.
Hear you saying also the issue of using multiple platforms, using different revenue streams to actually sell these products so that you're making money from different parts. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me, guys? Yeah, so I'd also you when you're presenting this, because this is going to be your next assignment after research and development. I need you to, when you're presenting this, to also explain it further. Like, just tell me how the strategy that will lead you to sell 100,000 copies. But I want to ask you so far, Cosmas and Liz, after you see those figures, don't you think you have more direction in your project?
There is more
Does it give you
direction.
direction? Does it make you feel like you know what you're looking for?
Even to me as a person presenting, yeah, seems I have
Lizzie, what are you
direction.
saying?
I'm saying even to me, the person that is giving
Yeah.
out this presentation, I also feel like I have some direction.
Yeah. So you feel like you know what you want. You have a financial target at the end. You're not just working blindly. Don't you think that if Lizzie, I came and told you this is the amount of money you want to make in ones, and this is what we are going to use to make ones, don't you think if I come with such a table and explain it in such an amazing way that you're going to be trust me with your money? Because you see that I've got everything figured out.
Yes, I would.
Now, let me ask you another indirect question. If somebody was actually presenting to you from today after you know this, if somebody was presenting to you any movie and they didn't present this part, would you take them seriously?
Remember, not everybody is into the movie business. I might just be any other person that involves themselves with other types of businesses. If I don't see market projections, I don't think I'll be interested in even listening to what they have to say.
Exactly. Because if you don't see marketing projection, then that person has not said their vision to the end. And by the way, guys, I want to repeat the word I said earlier, that please note this business plan we are doing actually is a business plan that can be done for any business. It doesn't, this is not for film. This is for any business you'll engage in. Can you write that in capital letters? This is for any business. Film is business, just like any other business. And as you're doing a business plan, if your marketing plan and how you're going to get that product, you have a new product and you want to sell it, and you don't have an idea of how to take this product to the market, my friend, you're doomed, because those figures must be reading like that. And the investment must be seen. Like when we looked at Cosma's presentation, we saw he's spending $8,000 on promotion. That is 800,000 Kenyan shillings. He's spending $2,000 on direct sales. He has a budget to actually sell the product. This matters a lot actually to an investor, because they're like, oh, this guy is not just here to con me. Do you see how you can easily look like a con man to an investor? Because you're going to ask them for 10 million shillings, but you don't even know how you're going to sell the product and get them and then you need to go deeper. I'm going to finish by showing you how to go deeper when you're explaining these figures, right? Because these figures, as you've explained them, I'm going to ask the people who are going to present after you guys some other questions about the timelines, and you're going to see that timelines will come up. So Sospita, are you hearing me? Can you give me your table? What are the figures in
Okay,
your
my
table?
table.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, total unit 12,000. Price of each
12,000. Uh-huh.
product $5.
Uh-huh.
Cost of promotion $7. And
Mm.
sales $3. Then 18,000.
But promotion is fixed. Everybody has been given a budget for promotion for $10,000. But you've said how much
Okay.
so that we see? Cost of promotion is?
You have said in the question you said that you have to distribute between sales and promotion.
So I'm
The
saying
$10,000.
promotion, how much? How much?
Yeah.
Promotion, how much
Seven.
is your budget? Yeah?
Seven. Seven.
Or 7?
7,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Direct sales?
Three.
Or 3,000. Why is that distribution like that?
Okay, because in the promotion part, you have to promote your product nicely so that, and you have to, for the distribution, the creation of links, the creation of website platform, the use of social media handles, that's gonna take a lot. It's gonna use a lot of money than the sales part. Yeah.
Okay, I love that. And what is your explanation for the $5? Because our product is a low-end market. Don't you think your competitors, people are going to prefer? Because people in the low-end market want the cheapest product. You're selling your product at $5, while someone
Yeah.
else is selling their product at $2. So don't
The
you think
quality
that's
of the
going to affect
product. At first, you
the
need
quality of the
to seek
product?
for the
So
quality of the product. Yeah.
also you're going for the low-end market, performance market. So you're trying to
Yeah.
target to create a balance between
Yeah.
quality. Now,
Yeah.
if we say that you're selling 12, you say 12,000 products.
Yes.
12,000 times 5 is 60,000, right? So you're not going to make any profits. I'm not funding you. You're not going to make any profit. You've used $10,000 and $50,000 on production. Why should I fund you, Sosta?
Yes. Okay, the mathematic I did not
You're
I
already
did not
projecting
correct
to
it
me
right.
that you'll make a loss.
I just thought it
So
was
how many
for
products do you need to sell? You will correct that. Hmm?
yes,
You'll correct
not give
that,
up
right?
minutes.
You'll correct that,
Yes.
and then you'll tell me. And I'm going
Okay.
to a very deep place, guys. After this exercise, this is just the first exercise. Yeah. So I'm going to a very deep place after that. Next, I want to Lizzie. Can you stop highlighting the comments so that I can see the names? Because I'm using the yeah.
I don't know
Okay.
what's wrong with my
So the
cursor. It
next
keeps
question.
moving.
Oh, okay.
It's frustrating me.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
So I'll go to Sally. Sally McKenna. Okay, Sally McKenna. Sorry, I got lost, guys. So Sally, what's your take? Okay, I think Sally does not have a presentation. So let's move to Georgina. Georgina is saying quantity of products is 1,000. Uh-huh. At $2. Georgina, you're making a huge loss. I can already see it. Georgina, do you see how much loss you're making? Did you say quantity of products you're going to sell is just 1,000? If I'm right, please let me know. Georgina, so quality of product is 1,000. You're saying price of the product is $2. Then you're saying direct sales, you're going to do 5,000 and 5,000. Okay, so what you got wrong is out of this you just make 20. Is it 20 or $2,000? Oh, you said 100,000. Oh, okay, I get it. 100,000. That makes sense. So your map looks very much like the one that Liz presented. So you're going to sell 100,000 products at $2. That is $200,000. Okay, you're going to use promo 5,000, and you're going to use direct sales 5,000. So the reason Georgina has given for using promo and 5,000 and sales, because he says promo and sales have the same price, because I'll be using known influencers and TV ads on the direct sales. I will distribute CDs to movie shops countrywide, to distributors, and the cost will be there. So that's how she will do hers. Again, you can see there's a strategy behind. That's what I really want to capture. And I wish I can add, Lizzie, let me remove you for a minute because I want to add Coagile. Coagile, you're actually on the screen. Can you give us your figures?
Uh, Madam, I'm not home, so I didn't have a note to write things down.
Okay.
But I would like to comment on the promotion one. I think for promotion also to make money during promotion, like you can sell merchandise like T-shirts and cap. So like In that way, you can also make money while you are promoting your movie with
Okay.
merchandise.
Okay, but that
Yes.
that is an explanation that should back up the figures. So when you go home, kindly try to draw this table. It will be very important for you because there's no way you're going to understand marketing projection without understanding this table. That's why I'm doing this
Yes, yes, I
exercise in
will.
class. But you can come here and look at it and learn how to do it. I'm
Yes,
really
I will
looking
do that
forward to
one
see
also.
how you're going to do it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Nachoka? Yeah,
Um, quantity of products and
yeah.
hello. Yes, quantity of products
I can hear
100,000.
you. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Product price 1,000. Cost of promotion
Mm-hmm.
10,000, and projection sale 1,500.
Yeah. So cost, can you give me the price? Price is how much?
1,000.
1,000. Price.
Yes, the product price.
Madam Rachel, I don't know if I'm the only one who can't hear what you're saying. I don't know.
I can hear also.
I can't hear as well.
Can't hear you, madam.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
Can you hear me now? Okay, I'm so sorry.
yes,
So Nachoka, I was asking you to repeat for me your price. Is your price really $1,000 per person to watch
yes,
the movie?
yes.
Oh Lord.
Is it too much?
1,000 USD or 1,000 Zambia shillings?
1,000 USD.
Okay. Okay. For the low-end market, which person in the low-end market would afford $1,000 to watch one movie? Is that realistic?
Or then we can make it $10.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds realistic. Because if you say $1,000, nobody's going to look at it. How much is the cost of promotion?
Promotion 10,000.
So you're not going to do direct sales.
The projection sale is 1,500.
I can't hear you.
1,500.
Yeah, Nachoka, you've clearly not gotten it because you're saying, but I said the $10,000 can be distributed between promotion, direct promotion, and sales. So how much is in your promo budget from the 10,000?
From the 10,000, promotion is 10,000. The cost of promotion is 10,000 USD.
Okay, Nachoka, I can't hear you clearly. Can you guys hear Nachoka, or is it me?
Maybe when she's talking, you mute your mic, and when you want to talk, she should mute her mic as well, so that one person is talking. But Nachoka is
Okay, I
lost.
think what I'm
She
going to
doesn't know
do.
what she's saying.
Yeah. Okay, guys, can you give me a minute? I just join with my phone, please, because I'm really, I don't want to lose anything in this, and I'm feeling like using this laptop is actually interfering with my network. So let me just quickly actually um,
Nachoka we.
Kachomba.
Oi, wenzi wagona yoga. Vera
Awe.
iliso. Quantity ni macopies yauzapanga. Omvera? Then price ni price yamene uzagulisirapo yaja macopies. Let's say wagula rice chisaka chikulu chijae, then mulitumbali tutetoma 5 kwacha tulimo kapena ni 10,000. Then wachigula 3 pin. Uzatugulisa zingati zile utupange ndrama more than 3 pin. Waiona? So ija 10,000 wakupasa 60,000 dai as budget ya movie yako, then 50,000 wa shootingira movie, then 10,000 ndiye amene wachitira chani wa chaira promote. So promotion yako pa social media shan uzasevenza zingati, then direct sales uzasunga zingati budget still, then iwe quantity yako ija ifunga nkala yambiri, then price inkaleko cheap so that vantu bagule wambiri kuti ndrama yako yonse total sales ibo ipitirire ija 60,000 yona kupasa.
Oh, I think I may understand the value projection.
So projection is the total manje ni profit yako manje.
Oh. So ndiye mimi washita calculate wa madam.
So it's like you're just multiplying the total sales, I mean total quantity yako yewapanga. Then price ya uzambo gulisirapo.
Oh.
Onleraka? Let's say watenga wagula mapea yabiri ya nsapato. Yonse yabiri wa order one.
Cosmas finish explaining for Nachoka, then we continue.
Onleraka?
Naivera. So 50,000 na 10,000 vani pasa.
50,000 washutingira kudala movie, then iyo ni ya promotion manje. Promotion yako pali cost of promotion na direct sales. That's the 10,000 that you have.
Yes. Then pali quantity nikaishita multiply na price.
Quantity is what you have now. How many copies are you going to make? Then uzagulisa zingati. Mtengo wa uzagulisirapo is the price.
The price.
The quantity is what you will sell. How many of that quantity do you have?
Okay.
Then ufuniko making sure ati price na quantity ukagulisa ikupasa ati total number of sales yambiri so that upange profit.
Oh.
Then example nija yanga inakamba ati inenenzogulisa $2 per copy. Then macopies yanga napanga 50,000 copies. Of which ndrama napanga zingati yonse pamoja $100,000, of which napanga 60,000, I mean 40,000 pa mwamba pa ndrama ijewani pasa, of which they can give me the money.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk later when out of class.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, great. So far, Peter and Nachoka, you got it wrong, but I know you'll get it right with time. I know, Kachomba, can you read for me in the chat, because I don't want to touch my chat, because my network is fluctuating. Can you read for me the figures for Sally? I've seen she has written, so that I can give her feedback.
So Sally said the product 50,000, then the price is $2, then promotion 5,000, then direct sales 6,000.
Wait, you're saying so fast. Quantity is?
Quantity is 50,000.
Okay, 50,000.
Then price? $2.
Okay.
Promotion
Promotion?
5,000.
Mm-hmm.
And direct sales 6,000.
It can't be 6,000. The budget is 5,000 for promos. It's 10,000. So it has to be, if this other one is 5,000, this has to be 5,000. Or one has to be
That's
4,000 and the other one 6,000. Yeah. Total is 100,000.
yes.
Okay, Sally, you got it wrong on promo and sales because you said a total of $11,000. We just needed it to be equal to 10,000. And most importantly, in this table, you need to be able to explain your table. You need to be for instance, I've seen Nachoka saying she'll sell her movie at $10 price. And the first question she'll get from the investors is, why $10 while your competitors are selling at $2? Now, guys, have you seen how some shops get customers and others don't get customers? Have you seen? First of all, one thing that has emerged in this analysis, and I'm looking at it right now, is that majority of the people selling are selling at $2, right? There's one person selling at $5, but they're not adding the budget of promotion and sales. So they still have the same budget, and they're saying it's because of the quality of their production. I don't know how you'll be able to prove that. But normally, by the way, guys, normally that's why you need to determine your own cost of distribution. You get my point? It's not like right now I gave you 10,000 USD because I knew people are going to mess up big time. Okay? But now when you're doing your table for your movie, you'll determine how much am I going to use for production? That's the budget. How much am I going to use for sales and promotion? How much am I going to be left with? Because even when you sell, if you sell for more than 60,000 USD, it means you have returned all the money. When you can be able to return all the money you borrowed to make the production, which is 60,000, that stage is called breaking even. Breaking even means you don't owe anyone anything. But remember, to break even also will cost you, like when you're calculating this 60,000, I'm back to the 60,000, you might remember that somebody maybe gave you money and said, I want my money with 20% interest, right? So you need to get at least 70,000 USD to break even from this price because of some interest, accumulated interest, and other things that you need to pay. Then now, when you break even, then what is going to become now is the profit, which will be shared among the partners. So the partners, what they need to see is how much is that profit am I making from this production? And that's why I'm saying that the figure, like if your budget is 60,000 USD, you can say like at 80,000 USD, I've just broken even, I've not made profit. Then at 100,000 USD, I've made a $20,000 profit, which is very little profit. So how much do I need to do so that I can make more profit? And that is something that you will be able to do very well. So I hope that has been helpful. Now, I'm going to give you a bit of the things I want you to do because it's going to be in your assignment. You remember the last time everybody chose their target market, right? Do you remember your target market? So I want to give you some some tips of doing a proper marketing projection. First is to be able to do this table. If you're able to do this table, get the right price, get a price that is not overrated. And when you get that price, if you're able to explain that price, or if you're able to explain in detail, for instance, you can take the first figure. Let's use Cosmas's example. Take the first figure, 50,000. So I'm looking at selling 50,000 copies. The next word should be in how many years, using how many platforms. How are you going to sell your copies? Is it DVDs? Is it eyeballs to watch this on YouTube or to watch this on your website? How are you selling it? So you need to go into detail and say, this is my strategy to sell 50,000 copies of my film. That means I want like maybe 5,000 people to watch it in theaters in Africa. Then I want another 15,000 people to watch it in theaters around the world. Then for the 30,000 copies, I want these people to watch my product on Netflix at $2. If I make $2, which is a lower price than what Netflix will give you per view, then you're able to justify how you're going to spend money on promotion and direct sales. Now, remember, the people you're proposing to could be people who want to give you a grant. So the people who want to give you a grant, once you show them this, they'll buy the product at your price so that people can watch it for free. Have you gotten that, guys? So for instance, Cosmas, if you want US Embassy to fund you for your movie fully so that you can show your movie for free, right? So you're going to say, if I was to do this movie commercially, I would sell 50,000 links at $2. So I would need a grant from the US Embassy Nairobi of 100,000 USD in order not to be able to put this movie in the theaters. All right, that means you'll have paid yourself, you'd have given yourself profit and everything, and then you can just put it on YouTube and everybody can watch because they want to reach many eyeballs. So for the embassy, what will matter a lot is the word 50,000, is the word 100,000, is the word 5 million, especially if your strategy is YouTube. It could be very easy if you use a promotion amount of around 8,000 to get this movie to many people. But how much do you actually need to make the movie? How much do you actually need to pay the people that are actually executive producing this film? And this is the way we do our calculation, like when we go to film festivals and we're able to know the value of our movie, such that if Netflix comes to me today and they ask me, how much will you sell this production of Wounds to us, I'm able to know. Actually, what I was trying to give you right now is a case scenario of Wounds. I know Wounds cannot be done with less than 50,000 USD. And I know it will actually be done by around 500 USD, actually, 500,000 USD. So the reason why I can ask Netflix for 100,000 USD is because if I add like another 150,000 USD for marketing and promotion of Wounds, it brings me to a figure of 650,000 budget of Wounds. So for me to recover that money and make a profit, I'll need to sell a minimum of $1 million so that I can have a return on my investment. So I need to present these statistics to the people I'm pitching, because when they see these statistics, they're able to give me such a huge amount of money, such as 500,000 USD. You get what I'm saying, guys? So that when you see me mentioning these figures, you don't think it's Greek. So your assignment will be, you remember you did your research and development, which you are revising actually. I want you to push your presentation to actually draw for me that table. Then I can see time is so far much gone. I'm going to come next time, or maybe during the weekday classes, and I'm going to explain to you how to also actually explain these figures. So when you're presenting them to me, I'm going to explain to you how you continue explaining these figures to your investors so that they get it. You can even explain it with a graph. You can say, for instance, you can draw like a graph, like what Georgina had drawn last time, not a circle, like a pie chart, and say, this is the way my market is going to be. My performance market, they are going to get this product from Netflix. And remember, guys, can I give you a secret? Your product must not have one standing price of $2. So in this table, you can come and say, I'll sell 10,000 products at this amount. Do you know why? For instance, have you ever asked yourself, like when you premiere your movie, you sell your ticket for more expensive price, right? When you're doing a premiere. After the premiere, you come back to the normal price. And that's why the table can have many rows. As long as at the end of the row, we have down there the total. So you can decide to say, okay, how much eyeballs do I want people to watch this worldwide through a premiere, a world premiere in theaters? How much do I want people to actually pay to watch that? So you'll say, for that, I'll sell the movie at $30 for the premiere. How many people do I want to reach? You can think about how many people can I reach in Zambia? How many people can I reach in Nigeria through all the connections you have in Africa? So you can think about, out of all my audience, which is 50,000 Cosmas, how many people do you want to buy that product during the premiere, where you'll be selling the product at $30? And then the product will come back to $2. So how many people do you actually to attend theaters on the day you premiere these movies? And this will be determined by how many theaters will be available to you around the world. The movie can premiere the same day in Kenya, the same day in Los Angeles, the same day in another country, the same day. So that's how people make money. So the premiere is one of the ways you can actually make your money back very quickly if you get it. Because during the premiere, you're able to sell your movie at a higher price. Like in Kenya, we sell a movie at around $30 to $35 on a premiere in a theater. Now, how many people are you targeting to flock in the theater? Let's say if you fill all the theaters in Kenya, like there are 30, and each one of them has a capacity of 250 people. So that is already 7,500 people you have reached on the premiere on the 30 theaters, all right? And then if you charge each one of them $30, that's going to be 75 times 3, 15, 22. That's going to be 225,000 USD. You get, so you've returned half of your budget during the premiere of your movie. Something to think about when you go home today. Think about it, that it's possible. Can you calculate it for yourself? If you have like 30 theaters screening your work, just 30, I don't care where they are, but they're screening your work on a premiere day, and each one of those theaters has 250 people, you're going to actually reach 7,500 people, but at a price of 30 USD. So this is going to be 225, and then 1, 2, 3. It's going to be half of my budget of my movie, which is my budget of my movie is 500,000 USD. So all I need to do is get 30 theaters fully packed on the premiere day, and I return half. Do you see how when you're speaking to your investors, if you tell them that, then they'll ask you, how are you planning to get this 30? And this is why people try to get distribution partners. You'll say, I have commissioned this production to the US. There are like 6 theaters. I have enough budget to promote the movie there. I'm targeting Kenyans living in the diaspora to watch the film, or Africans living in the diaspora. I'm targeting 600 or 1,000 people in America, 1,000 people in the UK. I'm targeting in Africa 5,000 people. And these 5,000 people will be in these countries. And the premiere will be on the same day. And this is just what you want to get as a return on investment on the premiere. And then after that, I'm going to put my movie after 3 months of for a theatrical run of 3 months. All right. So if you put your movie for a theatrical run of 3 months, and you say it's going to be showing 2 times a day, and you say per day, I'm targeting this number of audience, and they're going to be paying the $2 now. Okay, again, that goes into bringing back money to your budget, and that is money on direct sales. Now let's come to promotions. You're promoting this, and people are going to the theaters for the first 6 months. After that, you give your production to Netflix because it's already shown exclusively on the theater. So you want to get the remainder of your budget from there because you already have a marketing projection. So if you get from the 3 months theater run, you get another 500,000 USD, and you had already gotten to 25. So you're very little money short of your target. So you can give this to third-party people so that you can reach your target of $1 million for this movie. So you need to think about all these things as you're drawing that table and filling in. You need to think about, and I hope Cosmas you've gotten this, you need to think about 50,000 is not 50,000 sold at $2. It could be 50,000, but 5,000 is sold at the premier, so it's at a different price. And then 45,000 is sold at $2. Are you getting my point, guys? Are we together? Lizzie, are we together?
Yes,
We
we
are
are.
together, madam.
Okay, so it could be 50,000, but you have 5 rows defining how you're going to sell this. Some people will go even to DVD sales to maximize. So how are you going to sell the 50,000 copies? To explain how, you need to break it down into these 50,000 copies. How many are going at $2? So this is your total marketing projection, 100,000. Then how are you going to break it down so that when you're presenting it, it sounds like somebody has really thought through the distribution process? Is there any question about marketing projection? I
Yes.
think with that said, I think I consider that the exercise has given you some things to think about, and I want to just ask to open the floor now for question. Anybody with a question?
Yes, Rachel.
Yes.
I'm just wondering,
Mm.
well, when we're talking about, I'm actually kind of deviating a little from marketing projections. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
When you say you could present to your investors or the people you intend to get funds from, and tell them about how you're going to, make sales so that you can be able to bring return on investment on their money. uh,
Mm.
are you able to like sell to people like Netflix and Amazon after you have already maybe screened your movie in theaters and all that? Or does Netflix require for you to like take to them first and then maybe they give you rights to do this other selling? Thank you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a very good question. So Netflix has two departments. There's one department that deals with original Netflix films, and there's another one that just distributes already existing productions. I'll give you an example. The movie like a Kenyan movie like Disconnect, Nairobi Half Life were first distributed thoroughly on theater, right? But right now you'll find them on Showmax or on Netflix. So those are acquired films that they just acquire the third party rights to also show, which increases viewability on their platform. I hope I've answered your question, right?
Yeah, thank you. And it has brought another one. Sorry.
Yeah,
So
it's a
when they give you a deal for distribution, do they like give you cash money, or do they pay you according to how many eyeballs you're getting from them showing the movie on their platform?
exactly the right question again. So Netflix will have two deals with you. One, if they don't really believe that they can sell your movie to the eyeballs you're saying, they'll pick your movie and pay you per eyeball. But also, if they believe in the power of your movie based on its theatrical performance, they would just want to negotiate with you a price. Of which, if they're negotiating with you a price, you'll come and deduct and look at your target for Netflix and try quoting a figure from there. Because they will also have allowed you to do your theatrical run, so they'll not buy it as expensive as an original Netflix production. Do you now understand
Thank you.
why an original Netflix production gets more money?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah, so
Rachel.
you're very much welcome. So, guys, I've just given you $1 million class right here, right now. I just pray that you can get it, because if you don't know how to talk with figures, you can never be a CEO. So you need to start talking with figures. And when you're talking with these figures, you need to talk with figures that you understand and that you can explain to people. That will give you a lot of mileage. And I'm hoping to be challenged by you guys, even when I'm presenting my pitch or when I'm presenting something. I'm hoping that you will always want to look at this marketing projection and give me ideas on it, so that, like, as we are moving forward, like even when you graduate from YFP, you don't need Rachel to come and sell your movie for you, because you understand how to project your market and how to explain yourself as a CEO. And when you start talking figures, you capture everybody's attention. Even when you're asking US Embassy that I can't take a grant of less than 100,000 USD for this movie, you have figures to explain it. You get, then they will easily like want to work with you. They will see where you're coming from. You have justification for your figures, and they will see where you're coming from. So I'm looking forward to see the marketing projection for your movie. I want to see this table. I want to see the revenue streams that you're going to have in terms of roles in your movie. Revenue streams. Out of the 50,000, am I just going to sell 50,000 at $2 on one platform, or am I going to get a grant of 100,000 USD and give this movie to 50,000 people for free? Okay, those are some of the things that will be coming out of your presentations, and I'm really excited to look at your presentations on Monday and Wednesday and Thursday. The acting class will be doing their presentation on Tuesdays and Fridays. So I'm really looking forward to see your presentations, guys. And I want to see whether you got this in your bag. You got this, because this is dollar. This is about the dollar. Okay. And for that said and done, I just want to quickly take your main takeaways. I'll start with you, Lizzie. I'm just going in line. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I didn't confess this, just like Kachomba. I am normally not so much in love with maths, but I also understand and I know that you can't be a CEO without knowing your numbers. And I'm really happy. I'm really happy that because I want to become a CEO and a producer and a boss. I'm really happy I got this lesson. And it really means a lot. I am not where I was before the lesson started. Right now, I'm actually thinking of Zinduka, my upcoming movie, in terms of figures. How I will talk to Netflix, because that's where my focus is at right now. And it has also made me think this might be a movie that I might need to get a grant from, so that it becomes I am able to sell it to the low-end market, because it's a movie about sensitization about the saving of soil, and I would like as many eyeballs to see this movie. Thank you.
Yeah, and Lizzie, when you say about buying, that means if you do a projection for your movie, the budget, and then you do the projection, and you know how much you need to make at the end of the movie, you can ask somebody to give you that grant. If they give you full grant, then you tell them, I'll put this on every platform in the world for people to see it for free. Okay, because I'll have gotten my money back, but at least you'll know how much to ask them for. Don't you agree that sometimes we don't know how much to ask for?
That's true.
Exactly. And then we end up burning our fingers. So this class helps you to know how much to ask for, even if it's a grant. Kachomba?
Oh, wow. I'm just grateful to be part of this class. Like, these are the things that we normally see in newspapers: quantity, products, prices, and you have got no idea of what is being talked about. Just, oh, it's quantity. But today, I now know the meaning of quantity, price, and all these things in terms of business. I have a question before
Yeah.
before I give my feedback. Um, you said the quantity of products. It might be 50,000. Now I need to show where am I going to sell those copies that I have, and at how much am I going to sell that?
Yeah.
And how do I show in this same box?
Table. So you see,
Yeah,
this is
table.
like the total. 50,000 is like there. total. So you'll go down there and
Yes.
say 10,000 copies at $30. Okay.
Okay.
Then come
Okay.
and now you are meaning with 40,000 copies, right? Then you
Yes.
come and say 40,000 copies at $2. You get,
Okay. Oh,
and
under
then you put
the
it in the
same.
table. Yeah, it's like the 50,000 is the total. So the total
Okay.
price
Okay.
you get,
Oh,
you
okay.
have got
Okay.
to,
I get it. Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I get it.
So you can even, once you divide it like that, you can even make more profit. Have you seen that? Because
Yes.
once
Yes.
you divide it like that, you'll count even, I have a premier, I have this, and the total that was yours was 100,000 USD will go up because you've really thought about it. You get my point?
Okay.
And
Yes.
we're also going to contribute. Actually, the reason why I really love this class is because you're working on your real life movies. And so as we are doing this marketing projection, or as we are doing that business plan, no matter whether we are going to pick your movie or not, you will remain with that pitch and you stand a chance of being financed. Don't you think that is just phenomenal? Because you're working on your real-time project with a pitch, you know.
It's
Okay.
Yeah,
phenomenal.
it's amazing because it's a chance for you to actually become a CEO right here. I think we are going to have a very big testimony after this class because I confess, even last year's class, they never learned this in this detail because we were rushing. And so they don't know how to do this table. So you can go and teach them. You see. So you should thank God that I was in the right mood to teach mathematics. Because either way, I would have come with a PowerPoint presentation and given to you guys, and you would not have known anything, isn't it? So I think you're just lucky to learn this. To be honest, everybody who has
We are
attended this class,
blessed.
you're blessed and highly favored. That's what I'll say. Yeah. So
So,
to
I
your
would continue.
takeaway, Chomba,
Hmm. Can I ask another question, please?
yes,
Hello.
please. That's what
Okay.
I'm here for.
Actually, I have a distinction in mathematics. So, for me to get that
Mm-hmm.
distinction, I used to ask a lot of questions, of which it irritated some of my classmates. So, I have another question. Um, Here, out of these all these copies, now it's my movie because when I made
Yeah,
the, this table, I was
yeah,
looking at another business, not film.
yeah.
So because like film, I would put this table like for theaters only, and that's why I even came up with this $2 for
Mm,
theaters only. Now, if
mm,
it's not theaters, in
mm.
how do I sell this movie other than the channels and other things? How do I sell it?
It's theaters, it's those channels you're saying, it's the DVD copies, but they all have to have timelines. You get, that's the
Okay,
gist.
like
But you can say six months for theater or 3 months for theater, and then
okay.
take it to a big channel like Netflix, give them for 1 year, license them for 1 year. Then after that, make DVDs, take them to the movie shops. You can, it's upon you to come up with a marketing strategy. You can even put it on YouTube at some point. Maybe after 5 years, put it on YouTube, get 1 million views, be paid by YouTube. Okay? So it's like
I
you have to think
understand.
about it for 10 years.
Oh God, I understand now.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. And
Yes.
my main takeaway is I now know how to do marketing projection. That's my main takeaway. Thank you, Madam
Okay.
Rachel.
Okay. Thank you very much. Coagile, your main takeaway?
Uh, I think this class have saved my filmmaking career. Ah, like for me, I've been producing here, but like I was struggling in terms of submitting proposals and like to go and ask for money and people. So like I don't know where to start, how to do paperwork. So but now I'm going to get that money. I'm going to get that moolah.
Amen. Amen.
Uh,
Kwagile, continue. I was just saying amen.
no, I'm done. I'm just excited.
Ah, okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Kwagile, and may every dream you guys have come true. I've had people confessing things after this class, which is what I like to hear. And when I keep telling you guys, film business is what people are lacking to become billionaires. I think now you're trusting me. From last week's class to this week's class to the branding class we did, which was fantastic. I'm so sorry that we didn't get to do the communication class today, but we'll do it next Saturday. Because we're also going to move into very serious communication, learning how to do report writing and stuff, so that we are on the same page on that as well. I think to me, this really helps you. Georgina said, my main takeaway is I should go into the details when it comes to explaining figures. Thank you, Georgina, for always being loyal. Even when you're online, you're always participating. And yes, I can't wait to see how you present your figures. Then we move to Sally McKenna. Sally McKenna, what was your main takeaway from this class?
So my main takeaway is I actually thought that if you're supposed to like give a figure, you actually like just randomly think and say it. But now I know. Yeah.
Now you know you need to give figures that make sense, yeah? And to really evaluate your figures. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Sally. Nachoka, we end with you. Tell us your main takeaway.
Okay, thank you so much, madam. I appreciate being in this class. Actually, I must say YFP has made my dream come true because I've always loved business. I was even thinking that at some point I should do maybe some marketing course, but I think YFP has it all catered from the things I'm learning. Yeah. So I still have to understand more. I'm so sorry today. I'm really tired. I was awake the whole night. That's why I'm not as active. But I just have to understand more on what we have learned today. Cosmos will help. Yeah. Otherwise, this has really been helpful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys, and looking forward to see the next slides you make. So your slides should increase with like another 3 slides or 4 slides that are showing us your marketing projection. Okay? So
I'm
from
not
the
helping
research and
anyone.
yeah,
I'm not helping anyone.
you're helping Nachoka. You said you're going to help her.
I'm not going to help her.
What's wrong with you?
Okay. All right, fine. Okay, guys, I look forward to see you on Monday. I'm looking forward to see you talking like a CEO, like a boss, explaining your figures. And I think it gives you confidence, right? To know what you're talking about. And that's why I started with the question like, if somebody said one thing that they didn't know what about they're talking, and now you understand where I come from. Imagine, and this is the last question I'm going to leave on your mind. Imagine when you're pitching with someone like me, you're competing with someone like me when you're pitching your project. Someone like me who understands marketing projection, production capacity, human resource, and all that. You see, you're competing with me and many others like me, and many others who are better than me at pitching. So that's why I said, as you pitch a person, know that they've been pitched by 1,000 people and they'll always pick their best bet. So you better pitch like you're going to die today if you don't pitch rightly. Pitch like it's the last thing you need to do to live. Pitch like your life depends on it. Do not leave any question in the minds of your investor. Let them see that you've thought through each and everything. You've thought through your budget, You've thought through your marketing budget and such. And I don't mean that you put your marketing budget at $10. Actually, it's not usually, marketing budget is almost usually same size as the production budget, if you know that, yeah? So for instance, like if the production of wounds is like 500,000 USD, I would put the marketing budget at around 350,000 USD at the modest, so that I'm really able to sell and get over $1 million. Are you getting my point? Because I'll need to pay for an advert. An advert costs 1,000 for one run. I need to get some time. I need to go to a festival. I need to go to this place to market the movie. I need to travel. I need air tickets to travel to different countries to make sure this movie is screening and it's premiering in different places. So with that in mind, make sure that I always say that if my budget is like 100%, I would say my marketing budget, my production budget is like 100%. Then I would say my marketing budget should be around not less than 2/3 of that particular budget. And then I should be able to break even after using that budget. And this, I should add another like $100,000 on top just for breaking even. And then now I'll start counting my profits. You get my point? So you need to think about this. I know it's mathematics and you'll need to think about it. This class would have been better in the morning, but I'm happy that you guys have persevered through it. I was telling God help me as I teach this class, because mathematics is not the class I want to teach, because I know people will go crazy when they see mathematics. But I think mathematics that makes you money is attractive. So I'm happy that you guys got the sense of it and that you stayed through. So wish you a great weekend, guys. You have a big job to do. You have a stressful weekend to have, thinking about the money, how you're going to make the money for this film, and share your projections with us. So see you on Monday evening at 7 p.m. as you present both your research and development and marketing projection. So bye-bye, everyone. It was nice having you all in the class. Take care. Bye.
Blessed weekend.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye, everybody, and take care of yourselves. Those who are
Take care.
driving, don't drink and drive.
Wapi aiwe